Miguel Figueroa, and I'm the leader of the Communist Party of Canada.
Okay.
We have a view of politics which is obviously different than most of the mainstream parties that are narrow electoralist parties. They consider that change comes only through the ballot box. We think that elections are important. That's why we're participating. That's why we're running 26 or so candidates across the country. We're advancing a program, a platform, which calls for policies that put people's needs before corporate greed. We're calling for a number of measures to increase the minimum wage to $20 an hour, to strengthen the rights of workers and trade unions, to organize and to bargain and to strike when necessary. We also call for doubling the corporate tax rate in this country. You know, under successive Liberal and Tory governments, they have been cutting and cutting and cutting the taxes on the largest corporations and the big banks. In our view, it should be restored to at least the level it was a decade and a half ago, namely a 30% corporate tax rate. Right now, Canada has virtually the lowest tax rate on big money, big capital, anywhere in the advanced capitalist world. So we can certainly afford to do that. And we also, of course, call for cutting the military budget, which is a really bloated budget, particularly under the Harper government, over $20 billion a year that's going into the military, tied to a large extent to our membership in NATO, and involving Canada in wars of aggression and military interventions around the world. So we would also are strongly in favor of reorienting our foreign policy towards a policy of peace and disarmament. Canada is a very wealthy country, both in terms of human resources and the educated workforce, well-trained workforce, but also in terms of our natural resources. So we would nationalize key industries, including iron and steel, obviously our energy and natural resources. In many respects, we're pretty happy with what we've been able to achieve, even though they're modest gains, and even though we're really strapped for resources, as I indicated earlier. Nevertheless, we think that we're making lots of progress.